What's going on YouTube? Diggy546. The Packers got absolutely destroyed. The Packers got destroyed. Jamal Williams came out before this game and he said, at least my quarterback knows what down it is. And that was a big mistake. That was a big mistake. And I know people are going to say, that's not why they won the game, but does anybody have a good track record of talking trash about Tom Brady before a game and winning that game against them? Does anybody have a good track record doing that? Why would you open your mouth about the greatest of all time? Why would you do it, man? Why would you talk trash about that guy? Out of all the starting quarterbacks in the league, you pick Tom Brady? Really? I mean, that's pretty much what I expected to happen. And Aaron Rodgers did not look good for the first time this year. He threw two almost pick sixes. One was a pick six. The other one might as well have been one. And at that point, that was all she wrote. There was quit. The Packers pretty much quit. It looked like they just gave up after that. Only 10 points. I mean, the way that they were moving the ball in that first quarter, it's like they just quit. They just didn't have any will to move the ball anymore after he threw that second interception. And that's a problem for Packers fans. I would expect them to be able to fight back a little bit more than that, but it just kept on. They just kept on punting. The Bucs kept scoring, and before you knew it, it was out of hand. And the Bucs just looked like they just gave up. They just didn't care. There was one play where Ronald Jones ran the ball in from the goal line, and the Packers defensive line was standing up. So if I'm a Packers fan today, I'd be really pissed off. I'd be really angry because it looks like your team gave up. It really does. And it all starts with the fact that, in my opinion, their leader, Aaron Rodgers, isn't a leader. He's their leader, and where he decides to do what his mood is, that is going to determine the mood of the rest of the team. So when Aaron Rodgers hung his head, when he threw that second interception and he was out of it, his entire team was out of it. When, they go as far as he goes. So when it looked like he was done with it, they were all done. And at that point, the entire team pretty much looked like they just quit. So, in a team where your leader is pointing fingers at guys consistently, that's just what you get. Aaron Rodgers and that team obviously have the talent to put up more than 10 points, but it just looks like, they became uninterested. As far as the Bucs goes, Tom Brady is looking better every week in this offense. Gronkowski stepped up. Rojo looked great today. He ran the ball harder than I've seen him run the ball. Like last year, coming into this year, Ronald Jones has been running the football as hard as I've seen. He's been looking really good. Leonard Fournette has been out, so he's been taking that entire load, and he's been running the football hard. So they look really great. Brady looked great, and they look like the better team today. To be honest, if you had to ask me who I thought would win before Jamal Williams opened his mouth and started talking trash, I would say that the Packers, because they've been so on fire. Aaron Rodgers has looked so great. But once he said that, it just didn't look good for them. And the Bucs look like the entirely better team today on both sides of the football. Their defense looked great. Their offense looked great. And you guys are letting Tom Brady get hot. Now, the Giants aren't going to make the playoffs this year, so I don't have to worry about them. But you NFC East team, you NFC teams, you guys got to be careful. You got to be careful because you don't want this guy in a rhythm with his new team because you won't be able to beat him in the playoffs. But those are my quick thoughts on that game. I mean, Tom Brady he's looking like Patriots Tom Brady. He's looking like he's not missing a step. And, I mean, what can we expect from the GOAT? Jamal Williams will think twice before he says something else. I mean, they got embarrassed today. But it's Diggy546, and I'm out.